kids? So I wanted to try something a little different today. Today we're doing a mukbang, an eating video. So mukbangs are videos that are kind of popular. I think they started in Asian countries. I'm not sure where, so I'm not going to try and guess. But people just sit and eat. And they started as live streams. And people would just flock into these eating shows. And people started making like their full-time job out of just eating. Now, I'm not expecting that to happen, but it's just a little conversation over food. Basically, it's trying to recreate on the internet a sort of family dining thing, sitting at a table and we're eating together. So, grab some food. If you're not hungry, grab something to drink. Start your medical feeds if that's how you eat, and we're just gonna come and have a chat. So, I'm just gonna talk. Today, I'm eating a bowl of fried rice that I made myself. So, I'm gonna tell you how to make it, but first, I'm gonna try it. A smidge too oily, but okay. So, first you cook rice. We have white rice at my house, so I simmered it in water that once was boiling for like 18 minutes. That's how you cook rice, apparently. This is the second time I've made it, and the recipe that I used the first time called for tablespoons, and so that's what I'm going with, but I don't know where our tablespoon is, so I used 3 teaspoons. For the record, Australians have 4 teaspoons to a tablespoon. I don't know why. But so I used 3 teaspoons of soy sauce, and I used 4.5 teaspoons of oil, and I'm probably going to do just 3 or 4 in the future. I don't know their quantities, but I used some frozen peppers, red, orange, yellow, and green, I think. Some frozen green beans, and some corn, half of which was just chipotle corn, and the other half of which was just sweet corn from a can. I didn't use all of that, but it was about half a cup of rice before cooking, and about 1.5 cups of vegetables before they went in the thing. So I don't know how much this actually turned into. I'm just sitting and eating. So how are you all? How's the family? I know I can't, like, dialogue with you exactly, but that's what I want to do in the comments. I really want y'all to talk to me in the comments. That's starting to happen on my walk through the Quran videos. I'm getting lots of feedback there, which is super great, because I'm learning all sorts of cool stuff. I'm learning the difference between the Islamic conception of Satan and the Christian conception of Satan, so that's really cool. But I want my channel to be a place for authentic conversation and real communication and unconditional support. But that can only happen if you like talk. And I try to respond to every comment. I'm currently working through a couple that are backlogged or whatever. But I'm gonna get to everybody eventually, I promise. It's a little hot. I just cooked it. So there's that. What do you all want me to do on this channel? What do you want from me? What would you like to see? What kinds of content do you want? Do y'all like vlogs? Do y'all like when I talk about books? My song videos get the most views, but do you all like them the most? Or do they just wind up in the most recommended feed things? I know some of you want me to do whistle sounds again. I'm not. We've been over this. But just tell me, what do you want? I know it's my space because I'm Azaria, but like, you like this mukbang? Am I conceited for thinking y'all want to have a conversation with me while I eat? I want to talk a bit about college now while I eat, because everybody in my life is asking. So I've decided where I'm gonna go. I know what God wants from me. I know where he's guiding me. It's gonna be Calvin in Grand Rapids. That's what's up. It's the idea that God wants me to love myself. We're to love our neighbor as ourselves, implying we're to love ourselves. Right? Made in his image. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, it says somewhere in Psalms. And that includes my queer ass. So, all parts of me need to be respected. And Calvin also, the third ranked in the Princeton Review for all higher education healthcare things, and the nearest hospital is like 7 minutes away. So I'll be physically safer and emotionally more fulfilled. And they're really just willing to work with me. They're figuring out how I can take Hebrew as an undergraduate. They're figuring out how to get my deposit paid for via a travel voucher we never used. They're just so kind and helpful. Not to say that Gordon isn't, but they're a community that learns together instead of a bunch of people who learn in a community. Right, so the emphasis on community, not learning. And I just like it. Gordon is prettier. Gordon's got better food. But I just like Calvin. There's something about it. Plus, it's cheaper. $34,000. So that's a big factor. And I might get a full ride. It's unlikely, but I might. And I might eke out more scholarships there. I only wanted to apply to ones directly through the school because apparently some scholarships can be taxed, and I'm not looking for that. Which is not to say that you shouldn't apply for scholarships outside of whatever school you want to go to. Just be aware some of them can be taxed, and it's a big hassle. Though I do have to write something for a summer program. 3 essays, I think. Today. Because the app's due on the 15th, and I won't have time this week. Another thing. This dude, Michael Novelli, came to my church Saturday. He's the dude who runs Merge. I made a video about Merge. I think it's called Why Summer Trips Are Important, Awesome, I don't know. Or maybe Why I Love Merge. Anyway, there's a video on my channel about Merge. And he came and he talked about his thing called Bible storytelling, which is really important. It's a bit like Lectio Divina, if you're familiar with that, except not really. But he came and he told me about this other conference of his called Faith Forward, and I really wish I could go, but it's in the middle of my second week of internships for my senior thesis, so, you know, gotta graduate. Such a shame, too. So, Michael, if you're watching this, the stuff you do is delightful and amazing, and invite me next year. What else is going on in my life? I've been dating somebody for 4 months now. That's wild to think about. Like 4.5, really. I love him so much, and I'm so excited, and I don't really know what more I can say. Because let me talk to you all, without naming names, about what he and I are thinking in terms of social media interaction. Because a lot of his social media is associated with who he is offline. And, like, his Twitter, for example, is tied to friends we both have off the internet and whatever. And we have no problem telling those people about us. But the problem is, it's difficult to tell them about me, as in Azaria me, not the image they have of me. Right? Does that make sense? That makes sense. And so, we're not doing that yet, but we're not sure how that's gonna work out. So that's where we're at. We confirmed on Facebook that it's a thing, and that's all the social media stuff we've done. So how was your day today? Really? I see. And did you do anything exciting? That's super cool. I'm so happy for you. There, that's as close as we'll get to chatting unless I do a live stream, but I feel like I need a larger audience to justify that. What's your favorite food? What did you decide to eat or drink or whatever now? And why do you like it? Or do you not like it? Did you pick something gross to eat while watching this? This is not my favorite food. But it might be when I really nail how little oil I need to use. Maybe part of the problem is also not thawing the frozen vegetables so all that water gets in it. But who knows? Anyway, when I nail the cooking oil, then this might be my favorite vegan thing to eat. And if you're new around here, I'm kinda low-key trying to be vegan-ish. I call it approaching the asymptote of veganism, which is a very mathy, nerdy concept. For those of you who don't know, I have a coordinate XY plane, right? An asymptote is a point on either the X or the Y axis that a graph will never reach, but it gets infinitely close to. So then the graph, if this is the line where the point on the x-axis would be, then the function goes like, and it gets infinitely close, but it never reaches. So I'm approaching the asymptote of veganism, because the one non-vegan thing that it's beneficial for the animal to eat is honey, because bees really don't need as much honey as they produce, and it keeps them around. Bees are critical to the environment, apart from just us, and they don't need as much honey as they produce. And I'm never gonna give up honey, but I'm slowly trying to, what's the opposite of incorporate? Excorporate? Outcorporate? I'm slowly trying to outcorporate other animal products and rotting fleshes from my diet. And this will be a good step once I can actually get the amounts right. What other YouTubers do you watch? Why do you watch me? How do I compare to other people? I know somebody else who watches me watches Dodie Clark, because they commented on Secret for the Mad, so. Various people in my life who are adults who I'm out to have asked me in the past about like what transitioning might look like for me and if I want to do it. And first of all, I'm like, I don't know, but second of all, it's a little invasive to ask people that question. Even if we're talking about transition in general, unless I volunteer, I probably shouldn't be seeking that information. It's okay here on YouTube, I think. On my channel, not in everybody's. It's okay here on my YouTube channel, because A, I'm about information, B, I have said so right now that it's okay, and C, about authenticity, and D, I'm intentionally putting myself out there to be asked questions. So not only am I providing information, but I'm intentionally trying to get you to ask questions. But in person, that's just a really weird question to ask, so maybe don't do that. But I notice it's never any of the kids or teens I'm out to. None of my peers do it, it's just adults, and I wonder if that's because it's such a strange concept to them, or something they're so unfamiliar with, or what. I am just about done. This is the last bite, and it's not even a big bite. There it is. All done. This is by far the most footage I've recorded for a single video. I have taken 21 minutes to eat this. So there was that. There's a mukbang. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong, I'm sorry. But I hope you enjoyed. Let me know. Did you like this? Did you not? Do you want to see this again? Do you want me just to delete my channel? I won't, but I'd love to know if you want me to do that. If you liked this, subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.